Hi guys, I'm back again, and right now I'm casting Deemo against someone I believe that he ran into on the ladder. I don't know what league his opponent is, but this is one of the few games that I'm going to enjoy watching. It is what the Chinese call arenaAnDa. That just means mirror matchup. Alright, so our barcode player here, well-respected member of EXE because he is the first member of EXE ever recorded to make it into Grandmasters League. It's none other than EXE's very own Deemo. He's also a member of the competitive team for EXE. They recently tried to compete in the IPTL. They didn't fare too well. You know, I was emotionally invested in it. I really enjoyed watching it. And in the upper right-hand corner, someone I'm not too sure just where he's from or... yeah. I'll just call him arenaAnDa. Now, something I want to point out about this guy's name is once you subtract area from his name, this could very well be some sort of a pinyin, if you will, a Chinese romanization. And we don't see either player typing. Okay. Besides the traditional intro stuff, good luck, yo. And this is quite the interesting choice by arenaAnDa. He's actually going to go for a refinery first, and of course he's going to follow up with a barracks. But the question is when and where is he going to put the barracks, and just how is it going to go down from here? Let's just find out. And now we have Deemo sending out the scouting SCV. This could be some kind of mind games, if you will, psychological games. I prefer moreover as an original term because I hate the term mind games. It's so overcycled, if you will, or just like nerd chills, right? I mean, come on guys, think about it for a minute. Like, those are probably some of the most overused words in casting, but then again, we've got Tasteless and Artosis to thank for that, as well as Day 9. Alright, and now we have Deemo catching on to just what's going on here, saying, okay, so you're gonna do that, you're gonna play it that way. Well, barracks is finished. And the question is, what's he going to do with the 100 gas he's got? He's actually going to go straight for a factory. So, alright. And Deemo's not an idiot, so he went ahead and put his SCV back in there. He's like, okay, I see what you did there. I would have guessed just a teeny bit with the gas timing that maybe it was going to be a Reaper opening, but... I am honestly not a veteran of TVT, PvP, just ZVZ, and I'm not a very good ZVZ player at that. Okay. So what's the next move for arenaAnDa? He's floating almost 100 gas. Is he going to throw down a starport? That is exactly what he does. Now this is what I like to call a Korean 111 style, but let's see what Deemo's reaction to that is right now. Okay, he's just going to crank out a lot more Marines. So there's this joke, guys. A StarCraft joke. A Marine walks into the bar. A Marine... sorry, speech impediment's catching up with me. A Marine walks into a bar, and there was no counter. There we go. I know, it's kind of like... I feel a bit like Jimmy from South Park trying to tell jokes. You know, just a little bit. It's like, nyuk nyuk, who's there? Banana. And then it just keeps on going, and then he says, nyuk nyuk. And then everyone says, who's there? And then he says, aren't you glad? Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? And anyway. So yeah, guys, go easy on the people who stutter whenever they cast. There really are more of them than what would appear to meet the eye. Alright, first Banshee is now on the way for arenaAnDa. I just want to say, this is actually, I want to say, given the amount of anti-air Terran has readily available in the early stages in the game, I would not have expected this. We don't see Cloak following up this at all, or following this up whatsoever. We do have another command center in production. Am I looking at this right? Yes, it's just an expo for our blue Terran. But where's the Banshee? Here we go. Sorry about that. I nearly missed out on all the action. Oh, man. arenaAnDa's just throwing away free units there. I mean, he did get an SCV or two, don't get me wrong, but oh. Now, here's where he has to make the Banshee really count. Oh, man. It sucks to be arenaAnDa today. Like, he's got a couple of orange HP SCVs in that mineral line, but that's it. Excellent micro skills, to say the very least, but to make this Banshee worth itself, I would say he has to go ahead and kill all of these Marines. And to really make it worth its weight in terms of the entire game, the way the game plays out, he's going to have to get a lot of SCV kills as well. He's already gotten seven Marine kills with it. Of course, I believe these guys, yeah, Combat Shield did just finish for Deemo. So he's not going to be two-shotting Marines anymore. He's going to have to take it to the third. Now, if we just check the workers killed, it's only been 2. So really, I mean, what arenaAnDa had planned for opening up did not pay off. But we see him following up with what seems to be a kind of bio play. And a factory throwing on a tech lab. Third command center in the production that could more than make up for the mistakes that he's made. But let's check out the worker difference. It's not that big. But when you consider the fact that this is a what's the word I'm looking for? A mirror matchup. It comes to make more and more difference over time. Here we go. And speaking of making the difference, this is really going to really hurt arenaAnDa's economy if he loses any workers here. Wow, he hasn't lost a single one. Amazing. And all of that, he only lost 1 worker. Okay, so we see arenaAnDa catching up just a little bit to Deemo, but let's look at units lost real quick. Deemo has lost more. I want to say it's all because of that hero Banshee. It looks like they approached some kind of lag in the game. Or they had to pause for whatever reason. Banshee is now at 11 kills. Cloak not researched. Never was researched. Let's just see. Was that the only one in the game? That was the only Banshee in the game, but of course now Deemo does have a Viking out on the map. And since there's no cloak and there's no detection in the base, well, I just don't... I see throwing the Banshee back at the mineral line being counterproductive. And speaking of mineral line, there's another drop here that I barely missed. And now it looks like Deemo finally got enough worker kills to make that pan out just a little bit. Say pan out, but now they're basically even in workers lost. And worker count is very squarely even. This is just one of those little things. When you compare all the small differences, it makes, you know, it really makes a big difference in the long run. Deemo is slightly ahead in economy. But make no mistake about that, I do want to just bring your attention to this real quick. Sorry about that. Let me see here. Marines moving out for the Zelnaga Watchtower right now. He doesn't know about this third. Excuse me, and by that third I mean the third orbital command. Blue Banshee trying to make its way out across the map. I guess it's on patrol mode right now. But at this stage we just have both players kind of macroing up, keeping themselves going in the direction they've been in for a while now. 5 barracks in the main for Deemo. Yes, and it looks like Deemo's going to go ahead and elect to take his third arenaAnDa. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. You know, I should probably think of uploading this to YouTube after I cast it in Chinese. Maybe, just maybe, I'll find out who it is that Deemo is facing off against. Maybe upload it to Yoku. Anyway, the third's going down for arenaAnDa right now, which actually puts him a teensy bit, a squidge ahead of Deemo in terms of income. So this is one of those games that I think is going to stretch out just a little bit unless we see both players make absolutely huge mistakes in their micro, the macro, their engagements. And that's really the biggest thing that matters in a mirror matchup. When you are going with the same exact unit composition as your opponent, you really have to make sure that you get the best engagement. Of course, upgrades also make a huge difference. And right now, if we compare the upgrades, it's just there's so much in production we can't keep track of it. So let's just look at what's on the screen right now. Deemo is 0-1 for his Marines. So if he was to go Marines versus Marines, then he would definitely lose in an engagement versus the Marines of arenaAnDa. Here we go! Fudge. There it is. Deemo looks like he's taking a little shave that he didn't want to get into, and luckily he pulled himself out just in time. Now, with that being said, Deemo's got to take this opportunity to put his tanks, all of his tanks, in the proper siege mode, in the proper positions, and that is exactly what he's doing. And he did just receive a scan from his opponent just now. And arenaAnDa just says, you know what, I think we're going to back off of that. You got more tanks than me. Back home in production for both players, it's just hard to say like where things are going. We got 2 tanks at a time being cranked out for each side. Seems a bit interesting what I'm seeing here. arenaAnDa is sending these 4 Marines around this route. I think that's maybe just to intercept any medevac drops, make sure there's no Hellion run-bys going down, just making sure nothing's sneaking by. But I think like if he was trying to do that, maybe, just maybe, 1 Marine would suffice here. 4th base going down for arenaAnDa. Perfect timing as well. This actually puts him ahead of Deemo just a teeny bit in terms of econ. But I'm not entirely sure just what season arenaAnDa is divided into, you know, things of that nature. And Deemo says, you know what? I'm not scared of you. I'm moving out. There it is. And both players are running across each other. They know it. And if arenaAnDa wants to hold the ground here, he has to siege up right here, right now. But he could be making a mistake. No, just 1 Marine. 1 Marine moving forward from Deemo. I want to say the spread on those tanks could be just a teeny bit better. And this is really dangerous. Oh my god, arenaAnDa is just moving into that. But now he's just moving all of his Marines into that as well. And the tanks are going to make a huge difference in this engagement. And Deemo is suddenly getting pushed back into his base. He does have his 4th. He does have his 4th up and running right now. It's being morphed into a planetary fortress. As is the 4th for arenaAnDa right now. That's actually, it's actually being turned into an orbital command. So in terms of econ, this is really going to help arenaAnDa. But I really wish I could get a look at the infrastructure for both players. There we go. arenaAnDa moving into range of Deemo. There's a lot of tanks here. This is actually really bad for arenaAnDa. Look at the supply gap right now. It's only about a dozen or so, but that really makes a difference in the long run. Tanks are now getting charged by the Stim Marines. It's just like, oh my god. This is the one engagement that could have costed arenaAnDa the game. Sorry, I didn't mean to say arenaAnDa. I meant to say arenaAnDa. The safe big one. Alright, and here we go. Deemo's just moving out across the map. He's just got to make sure he takes the next engagement very well. Here we go. And that's it. Ground forces for arenaAnDa have just been cleaned up. All he's got left is these medevacs, and medevacs can't shoot. Deemo's Marines getting ready to move into the 3rd, and there it is, G from arenaAnDa. He just says, you know what, I don't want to bother with this. And he just knew it was the beginning of the end, basically. I mean, if we just get a look at what's here, 8 Marines to 34 for Deemo, and let's see how many of them were here. 19 of them. Are there any alive Marines left for blue player? No, just 2 right here, that's it. Poor guy. So, I mean, basically what would happen is maybe 1 or 2 tanks here would have gotten shots off into the mineral line, and then just the Marines would have moved into the 3rd, and it would have been GG. Thanks for watching, guys. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Thanks.